One day, a father was working, and his son came and asked, "Daddy, may I ask you a question?" The father replied, "Sure, what is it?" The son inquired, "Dad, how much do you make an hour?" The father, feeling uneasy, responded, "That's none of your business. Why do you ask such a thing?" The son insisted, "I just want to know. Please tell me, how much do you make in an hour?" So, the father revealed, "I make $500 per hour." The little boy, with his head down, softly replied, "Oh." Then he asked, "Dad, may I please borrow $300? Angrily, the father retorted, "If you're asking about my pay just to borrow money for a silly toy, go to your room and think about your selfishness. I work hard and don't appreciate this behavior." The boy silently went to his room and closed the door. The man, reflecting on the situation, realized he may have overreacted. After calming down, he approached his son's room. "Are you sleeping, son?" he asked. "No, Daddy, I'm awake," the boy responded. The father admitted, "Maybe I was too harsh. Here's the $300 you asked for." The boy, excited, thanked his dad. He then revealed money from under his pillow, causing the father to feel surprised and more angry. The boy explained, "I didn't have enough before, but now I do." He then requested, "Daddy, I have $500. Can I buy an hour of your time? Please come home early tomorrow. I would like to have dinner with you." The father was shocked and speechless. Once there was a father who worked really hard to give his family a good life. He delivered bread during the day and went to school at night. He wanted to get a better job so he could buy nice things for his family. He didn't eat dinner with them much because he was busy studying. Even though his family wanted him to spend more time with them, he said he was working hard for them. But he missed them a lot. One day, he passed his big test and got a great job. Now, he could buy fancy clothes and take his family on vacations. But he still didn't have much time for them because he was busy with work and more classes. Finally he got promoted and bought a big, fancy house. That night he told his family he would stop working so much and spend more time with his family. Father did not wake up the next day. The story teaches us that it's important to spend time with our loved ones, even when we're busy with work. A teacher stood before his class with some items on the table in front of him. When the class began, wordlessly he picked up a very large and empty mayonnaise jar and proceeded to fill it with rocks, about 2 inches in diameter. He then asked the students if the jar was full. They agreed that it was, so the teacher then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly. The pebbles, of course, rolled into the open areas between the rocks. He then asked the students again if the jar was full. They agreed it was. The teacher picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. Of course, the sand filled up the remaining open areas of the jar. He then asked once more if the jar was full. The students responded with a unanimous yes. "Now," said the teacher, "I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. The rocks are the important things, your family, your partner, your health, your children, things that if everything else was lost and only they remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your job, your house, your car. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. If you put the sand into the jar first," he continued, "there is no room for the pebbles or the rocks. The same goes for your life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are important to you. Pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness. Play with your children. Take your partner out dancing. There will always be time to go to work, clean the house, give a dinner party, or fix the disposal. Take care of the rocks first, the things that really matter. Set your priorities. The rest is just sand."